So my name is Matthew Cashmore and I work for Lonely Planet. Sounds like Alcoholic Anonymous, and that is right. And I know that you should be expecting me to be up here in a sarong and sandals, but you know, Lonely Planet isn't all about backpacking. You've already been told about the free book, so I won't go into that. But in a past life, I actually went and did an apprenticeship down the road from here in Caerphilly, and I learned how to fix jet engines. So one of the, actually they went bang quite a lot, that's why I left. But the good thing about jet engines is that they work as metaphors for so many different things. So what I'm going to do is we'll move on to the next slide. That's the presentation. There we go. And we'll skip on the developer ecosystem and why it is a bit like a jet engine. You all know what a developer ecosystem is, right? Building a group of developers who will use your API to build cool stuff around your brand and your content. Go to any Web 2.0 conference, developer ecosystem is thrown at you all the time. It's normally demonstrated with this metaphor, the coral reef. This is the ecosystem. Now the coral reef is used because everything within the coral reef depends on everything else. No one part of the coral reef is any more important than any other part. And without every constituent part of the coral reef, the ecosystem will die. So everybody loves this. I know it's sad, isn't it? It's really, really sad. But the problem with this model of the ecosystem, and why I think we should throw it away, is because it doesn't allow for rubber ducks. Bear with me. Let me explain rubber ducks. So, you all recognise this hotel, I'm sure, Dubai, the Emirates Hotel in Dubai. 7-star hotel, 7 stars. And they should know, they awarded them themselves. But one of the little tricks that this hotel does is, if it's been a particularly bad day in Dubai, what they do is, if it's been a sandstorm or it's a bit depressing and they can see that someone in their hotel isn't quite up to par, they see them coming in through reception and they've got someone waiting in their room. And they fill their bath for them. Yeah, it's Dubai, not Swansea. So they fill the bath, put out candles, and in the bath they put a rubber duck. It's Bertie, the rubber duck. And what that is called, in pure marketing terms, that's called the moment of delight. That is a moment during your experience that bonds you forever to that hotel. You will always remember that hotel because they cared about you personally. And they did it really cheaply. They just took a rubber duck. They make a lot of these in Dubai. So, the rubber duck's important. And the current ecosystem doesn't allow for it. So, I want to use the jet engine as the metaphor to explain the developer ecosystem. And the reason I want to use the developer ecosystem, the jet engine, is because we're taking our users on a journey. Do you see what I did there? To be honest, I just wanted to do this like a gratuitous example of the engine I used to work on in Caerphilly. This is the G90 engine. Now the important thing about this engine, you'll love this, is 80-20% cold bypass. And you all know what that means. It can run underwater. But also, because it's 80% cold bypass, that means 80% of the air that goes through this engine is never ignited. It means that it's bird friendly. When I say friendly, they still kind of die. But the important thing is, I told you, the important thing is, when Bertie approaches the front of the jet engine, what generally happens is that. I was going to use Hudson River photographs because that's exactly what happened there, but I thought too soon. I did do that in San Francisco and it really was too soon. So here we are. Here is an 80% cold bypass engine. And the reason I think this is like a developer ecosystem is simple. Because to make a jet engine work, what you have to have is a critical mass of air, a critical mass of energy that will start turning the low pressure turbine which occurs because the low pressure turbine is sucking pressure into the high pressure turbine, which in turn turns the central axle here and turns the front low pressure turbine again. That means that once it's going, it's actually quite difficult to stop. But once you've got that critical mass, you're away. Then what you do is you compress 80% of the cold air and it's blasted out the back. So what you do is we accelerate 80% of the ideas that come into the ecosystem. But 20% of the ideas you get are spot on, they're really good. So you want to light a fire under them and give them some energy and impetus and some speed. Do you like it? So, we've gone through the jet engine, we've taken our users on a journey. We've gone on a journey, we've built cool applications, we've worked out the 20% that are really good, and, you know, it's really important in these presentations to not do corporate branding. So, you know, if you're going on a journey, you should perhaps get a guidebook, and you'll end up somewhere really nice. So the jet engine is the metaphor for the modern developer ecosystem. It's great because there's loads of codes and parts and serial numbers and stuff like that. So that's my presentation. Why developer ecosystems are a bit like jet engines. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bertie. And if you'd like to get in contact with me, there are a plethora of ways, including carrier pigeon out to Melbourne. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matthew. Right, next, Matthew.